Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we are on number 8 for our Sunday morning craft and chat. I am running behind this morning because I had prepped this for a video like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I figured I better test run it because it's been so long since I prepped it. I kind of forgot exactly what I need to do, so I went through it and I built one ahead of time, and I've got my coffee. If you want to go ahead and grab whatever you'd like to drink, I'm still on coffee today, so we will get going here. So how have you guys been doing this week? Let me know down in the comments what you've been up to, if you've been up to anything interesting, or if you got anything special coming up this week. Go ahead and leave a comment. And I'm going to go through some of the things that I'm going to use today as we chat. And I might have to grab other things. I'm not sure, but we are going to do the slider card. Now there's several different ones out there. Mimi had one. There was another one I started to watch, and she used a die, which I think I might try this week if I get time. My garage sale is going to be this week, finally. Running about a week behind on that also, just because I just keep finding more and more things I want to destash. So I did make a sample one. So I'm going to use my Crocodile Corner Chomper. I'm going to use some pieces from the Doodle Bug Designs Odds and Ends Flea Market, and it's 5352. And this is from 2016. I'm going to use my Silent Setter, my Crocodile Punch. Two of the stamps from this set here, and I don't remember if it's Recollections or what it is. I couldn't find the backing to this. So it's just fall. I have cut one piece of decorative cardstock at 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch. I have cut one piece of decorative cardstock 4 inches by 5.25 inches. I have one piece of mustard colored, cut 3.25 inches wide by 4.5 inches high. I have one piece of mustard cut at 4.25 inches wide by 5.5 inches high. And then I have another piece of white cardstock that's 4 inches by 5.25. That's going to get glued to the back of the card to for your writing your sentiment or whatever else you want to write on there. And then we have 4 pieces at 5 by 1/4 inch and 2 pieces 4 inches by 1/4 inch. So 4 at 5 by 1/4 inch and 2 at 4 by 1/4 inch. Those are all the cut pieces. And what this card does is it slides up like that. And so you have a sentiment up here and you have a sentiment in here. And then it's a slider card. So that is what we're going to create. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to set this piece aside. This is the piece we're going to make. This is our top piece. So you could do a cardstock too, but I want a decorative cardstock. So we're going to cut this, and I'm going to need my ruler. Oh, and also we're going to use a ruler. And make sure my volume is up here. We're going to go, this is the top here. I'm going to use this as my top. So I marked this at the halfway point. So let me get my ruler right. So this is 4 inches wide. So I did a little tick mark at 2 inches. I don't know if you can see that. See that little tick mark? We're going to punch that for our thumb hole. So when we pull this up, we can see that and pull it. All right, so that's got to be punched, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to come in here and we are going to do 3/4. Let me see here. How do I want to do this? 3/4. All right, let's do this side first. So my ruler is a see-through ruler, which makes it nice. So I'm going to line that right up there at 3/4 of an inch. And I'm also going to line up my bottom 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to make a little mark with a pencil there so I don't go past that. I think I have a sharper pencil here. Here we go. So make sure this is lined up at 3/4, right on the edge there. And then I'm going to come up 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to make a little mark because we're going to stay 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. And we're going to stay 3/4 of an inch from the top. So here. I think that's all right. All right. So let me get my blade in here. And I'm going to just try to do straight up and down. I don't want to cut my ruler. And come to my tick mark right there. All right. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to do the same thing. 3/4 from the top, 3/4 from the bottom. So I'm going to come up 3/4 of an inch, make a little dot. And here will be 3/4 of an inch. Let me see here, I'm off just a smidgen here. Just a smidgen. 3/4 there. And we're going to come in and stay right along the ruler. I don't want to slice my ruler. Okay. Stop. And then this is my top, so that's going to be scored. So then we got to do 3/4 at the bottom. Let me get this here. 3/4 from there to there. Perfect. So we're going to stop right at our line there where we've already cut. Just like that. And then this should lift up. Yep, just like that. So we've got 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. We're not going to cut that line. That's our top. So we're going to leave that. That's going to get scored. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. And we are going to score. Turn this way. We're going to score at 3/4. Right there. Just on the center. We're not coming over on the sides. Just the center part there. Whoops, sorry. Just the center part there. Not the edges. We're going to come down and we're going to score at 2 1/4. So I'm just going to kind of line that up there. 2 1/4. And then again at 4 inches. So I'm not scoring here. I'm just kind of finding my spot. All right. There we go. So you don't score any of this panel side. This here. So you can see it. Let's do the back. See, we just scored this. We scored here at 3/4 of an inch, here at 2 1/4, and here at 4 inches. Okay. So our hinge side is here. And we're going to score at 3/4. And then we're going to come in here, 2 1/4. And then we're going to come down to 4 inches. Okay. That is all we needed to score. We are going to take our next piece here. Let's do this one. So we want to set our decorative piece on this piece like that. And then we're going to lift this up, and I am going to kind of bend that a little bit. And then we're going to mark with a pencil in here where we can stamp, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp this bottom part with, just say, this one says, "So thankful for you," and it's got the tree. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do it with the Stays On pumpkin. Okay. yeah, so been all this week was busy getting ready for this garage sale that's coming up. And it has been crazy. It's like from the time I get up in the morning until dinner time, getting ready. We got so thankful for you there. And I still have a lot of stuff. I'm going to put this on an angle because it's a pretty big stamp. This one says grateful. That's going to get stamped. Well, I'm sorry, it says gratitude. That's going to get stamped up here on our pull tab. This is the 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece. This one is. This is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right. So I'm going to erase stamp there, so that's not in my way. And then I've also put a little circle at the center here. That's where I'm going to do my punch. I've got 2 little nippets here to remind me to do my punch my corners, which we are going to do. We can do that right now. That's the right one. This one. Which one do I want? I want this one. Whoops. Ooh, almost did the wrong side. There we go. That one. That one. All right. Punch my hole. And I'm just going to use this here, my crocodile. I'm going to line it up in there. Do a little punch. There we go. We're going to stamp this with gratitude. Just like that. Oops, sorry. Kind of low there. There we go. All right. I'm going to step this outside. Let those kind of dry up there. So that's all the stamping we're going to do. I can erase these lines now. So when this sits on here, it'll be like that. Just like that. All right, so now these get, we're going to turn this over and we're going to use our strips here, our 1/4 inch strips. And we're going to do 2 on each side of the long ones and then 2 on the bottom. 2 on the bottom. Oh, I hear a bird of prey. I don't know if you heard that screeching, but that's a bird of prey. So let's go ahead and do our little, and I don't have a 1/2 inch punch. I only have a 1 inch circle punch. So we're just going to go in there just a little bit and try to center it. And take a nip out of there like that. Thought I had a 1/2 inch punch, but I don't. So then this will pull up through here, like that, okay? So these are going to go down here. You can do them white or whatever color you want, but I figured since it's the mustard colored, I might as well use that. And then we're going to do it right, oops, go to the bottom. Start at the bottom here. So we're doing where our little top is here. This will stay open, okay? You can put it on this too, it doesn't matter. And this will just allow it to work more freely without being restricted in there. And then our smaller one here, the 4 inch. And if it hangs over a little bit, we'll trim it. Not a big deal. And Second layer, just like that. So once I built it, then I thought, oh, that's fairly simple. But it just seems like a real complicated card, and then it's like, no, it's not. So I think sometimes they make it feel more complicated than it really is. I don't know. We haven't gotten through this yet, but I can see a little gold hanging off there, so I'm going to just kind of trim that a little bit. Okay. So now this gets bent up, then our next one gets bent down, and then this one gets bent up. Okay. So it's going to do this. All right. We're going to flip this over, and we're going to have our stamp side facing down, and we're going to glue this centered, but we're going to glue it right to the bottom of this tab. So this will get glued right to there. Okay. So I'm just going to put some glue right here, just like that. And I'm on it centered between the two there. Looks pretty good. And it should line up right there, which it does. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and put an eyelet in there, and that'll help protect that hole from being damaged. See, I put an eyelet in this one too. So get the eyelet setter here, and we've got a hole. So this is just your standard little, they're the soft set eyelets, so they smush down easy. So I'm going to put that in there. Oops. Maybe I should have done this before. I got that. And then I have my medium size bunch, the little round thing in there. There's all different kinds of eyelet setters, but this is the one I have. And it's still available. Let's see, it smushes that eyelet. I get my eyelets from the Eyelet Outlet. That is where I get most of mine. So they have good assortment, always run good sales, good prices. All right. And I am not sponsored by them. So just in case. I think I might want to make that a little bit deeper there. So let me see. Give it a little bit more room there, so it's a little more visible. There we go. There we go. And then we have our next piece, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to erase that. It won't be seen, but I'm just going to erase that. So yeah, so this week, Monday, no matter what, tomorrow I'm going to start the garage sale. And so I've got to make signs yet today and finish putting some stuff out. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't even need that. I didn't need this piece because it's already colored. So I'm good. So you don't need that 2 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch unless you want it to be different colored. All right. Like that. Okay. So we're going to center this on there. So we're just going to put glue on our raised strips there, our 1/4 inch strips. Like that. You could use your mounting tape, your raised mounting tape, your foam tape if you wanted to on this. But sometimes it's sticky on the sides. And I don't need a huge gap. So I'm just going to center this like so on there. There we go. Get that glued on. And this will pull up nice and easy. Like that. And then I chose 3 things of baker twine. I have yellow and white, orange, and white and silver. I'm just going to kind of line these up and we'll trim off the excess. And how am I going to get that through there is I have a little piece of wire here, very thin wire. I'm going to run that through like this, like a needle almost, and fold that. And then I'm going to run that through here, right through that hole, and it pulls it right through nicely. I can get rid of that piece of thin metal, thin wire. Bring these in like so, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to, I got plenty of long, didn't I? Didn't I? All right, we're just going to cut those about that long. Yeah. And then slide that back in. See, that'll help slide in and out. And for the decoration, I chose, this was already cut out from some rust-colored cardstock. And it's just my doily die. So we're going to attach that. And I'm going to open this so I know where they've been. And I'm going to attach that just above that 1/2 inch mark there. See? So that that doesn't get bent. So I'm just going to put some glue down here, a bit along there. Okay. Because we don't want to glue it down here. We want that kind of open so we don't glue that down. And I'm just going to center it just like that. Just like that. So it's not touching that 1/2 inch piece that's going here that slides. So that's not getting bent. And it's not glued to the back there. So I'm going to add some more glue to come right up to the top of this piece here. Okay. So I know that it's going to slide nice. There we go. So when it's laying flat, when they open the card, it'll look like that. Okay. All right. So then I had a couple pieces. I have the truck, which I thought was cute. And then maybe some pumpkins. So let's go ahead and glue the truck down. I think I want the truck just like that. So you still see a little bit of that decoration up there. So let's give this truck some glue. These aren't stickers, they're just like, see? All right, so I want to be able to see the top of that. Center the truck. Like so. And then I think I'll put pop dots on the backs of these to raise them up a little bit. I think these are just Dollar Tree foam things. I think. Let me grab. This will make it easier to. But yeah, so that's all I'm doing this week is going to do garage sale. And I'll probably go for a couple of weeks because it is later in the season. So, and I have a lot of stuff I want to get rid of. So we'll see. If it does really good the first week, then maybe I won't. But it's kind of a play it by ear thing with garage sales because sometimes they do really good. I had, there was it last year? I think it was last year. There was a garage sale that went on for a couple months. And I would go back and forth because they had a lot of crafting stuff and scrapbooking, card making stuff. So I would go and just see what they had left and then buy some more as I had more money. So, all right, I'm going to put this back here and this one here, like that. And pull that. Oh, isn't that cute? That is so fun. That is so fun. I'm happy to make some more of these. I'm going to erase this pencil dot here and pencil dot here. Okay, what else can we put on there? Let's add some can't do that, can I? I can put some acorns down here. Some acorns down here, like that. Let me see. And if we glue them on and don't glue these corners down, then we can have those there. So let's do that. We'll just put glue here, but not on the corner. Oops, wrong side. Oh, no, that was right. That was right. I gotta keep this corner here free. Kind of do the corner like that. This one's going to be this side. Whoops. This half. And like that. There we go. That way it doesn't interfere with that. And then I also have some of these enamel dots, maybe. We'll put those there. Let's do, I guess, the green. I'm thinking the green. So we'll just kind of put 3 of those in the center here. Going down that way. And one of the smallest ones. Ah, stuck in my nail. And it's still stuck on my nail. Like that. Ah, isn't that cute? So fun. We might be able to get something in here that will not get stuck in there. I don't think it will. Let's go ahead and try to maybe glue that in there as a surprise. Just as a little surprise. Put you like over on this side here, and then maybe a couple leaves. Plain leaf over this way. I don't want to stack them on top of each other because then they'll be too thick, and that's got to slide freely. So I'm going to do like that. Just like that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. That is it. So that can go on a card. In an envelope, really nice and easy. Let's go ahead and glue the back part of this down. And then if you want to stamp another thing on there, you can. Or if you want to just write a note on there, you can. It gives you options. So yeah, the ones I've watched, they were so long. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that seems way too long. Way too long for that simple little card. But perfect. I hope you guys liked that one. I had fun with it. I thought it was kind of cool. Just a little slider. Cool. Well, I hope you guys all have a great week. Oh, the tip. That was my tip. How to get the all that stuff through that little hole is to use the wire. That was my tip for the day. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. So that was my tip for the day. Use the wire to get bulky things through smaller holes. And like I said, I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for popping in and following along. I wish you and your family many, many blessings. And we have some tough times right now, but keep the faith and give all our praise to the Father. And I love you all. I hope you have a good week. Bye-bye.